Is it hot in here or is it just me? We're counting down the rest of those summer movies, so stay tuned.
Thank you for coming along. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the show.
Welcome back to Robert Reacts, where I react to things. Thanks for joining me. Today, we're counting down the 18 summer movies as chosen by me, and it's part 2. So if you missed part 1, head back and check that one out before you watch the rest of these. But we're going to keep on moving. Number 9 is 1993's The Sandlot.
Hey, you want a s'more? S'more what? No, you want a s'more. I haven't had anything yet, so how can I have some more of nothing? Shut up! You're killing me, Smalls.
So many quotables from this one. You're killing me, Smalls! The movie is about a group of kids that bond over baseball, mischief, and facing the mythical beast next door. I wonder if that beast was Gus. This is a fun coming-of-age movie that definitely pulls on some heartstrings. It's one of those movies that I'm pretty sure all of us millennials have some relationship to. Number 8 is 500 Days of Summer from 2009.
The sink's broken.
Well, that's okay, because that's why we bought a home with 2 kitchens.
You're so smart. I'll race you to the bedroom.
It's a non-linear tale of love, heartbreak, and expectations as a hopeless romantic reflects on a failed relationship. A fun fact about this one is that the IKEA scene was filmed guerrilla style in a real store with real customers accidentally walking into shots. That's wild. Can you imagine? You'd get kicked out of a store so fast nowadays for that. I would love for someone else to try it. Number 7 is 2017's Call Me By Your Name.
What's the matter? You all right?
Huh?
Pinch a nerve? I'm okay. Here, hold this. Trust me, I'm about to be a doctor. Hey, come here. See, that's the problem. You're too stressed. You just gotta relax a little bit.
I am relaxing.
Marcia, come here for a minute. Back me up here. Feel that. Right there? It's too tight, man. He needs to relax. Later.
You should relax more.
I'm sure if you don't know about this movie, where have you been? The Peach from this movie is probably the most famous character. This movie is a dreamy, sun-drenched Italian summer romance that blossoms between a teenage boy and his father's research assistant. And there were a lot of conversations about this movie being inappropriate in terms of the fact that it's a teenage boy with a grown man. And I think there was a lot of discourse about how the age of consent in Europe is different than it is in America. Fun fact about this one is that it was shot in chronological order to help the actors build chemistry, and that final shot of Elio by the fire was completely unscripted. Wild, right? Because those are the credits. That is the credit sequence, is us watching Timothée Chalamet sitting by the fire, just distraught. I felt that moment, for sure. Number 6 is 1980's Friday the 13th. A movie about camp counselors that are being hunted down by a mysterious killer. And the first time that we see Kevin Bacon on film, which is pretty interesting. And a fun fact about this one is that the movie was a surprise hit despite its tiny budget, and the fact that Jason Voorhees didn't become the killer until the second movie. This is actually the trivia question that's being asked of Drew Barrymore at the beginning of Scream. So most people who hadn't seen the movie yet have the killer spoiled for them by Scream. So I know I went into Friday the 13th knowing that Mrs. Voorhees was the killer. Number 5 is 1998's The Parent Trap.
All right, girls. Shake hands. Come on, girls.
Why is everyone staring?
Lindsay Lohan's piece de resistance, her tour de force. She should have gotten nominated for something for this, for sure. She was doing double duty and she did an amazing job. It is a remake of the film about identical twins that are separated at birth and reunite at summer camp and then scheme to reunite their parents. A fun fact about this one is that Lindsay Lohan, who plays both twins using split screen magic, had studied different accents to play the American and British versions so that she could kind of get into character. It's pretty cool. Number 4 is 1975's Jaws. Which is the movie that made us afraid to go in the ocean. It's about a giant great white shark that terrorizes a beach town, and the hunt to stop it becomes legend. And a fun fact about this is that they were using a mechanical shark that kept breaking down. And so it forced Steven Spielberg, the director of the film, to imply the shark's presence, instead accidentally making it even scary, which is true. That opening scene where we never see the shark, we just see what the shark does. Genius. So scary. Number 3 is 1996's Independence Day.
Where you at, huh? Huh? Where you at? Welcome to Earth.
Which is a pretty popular summer film, I would say, and is, I think, for me, the quintessential summer blockbuster, as I still remember going to the movies and having that experience of people sitting on the floor. How long has it been for you since you've gone to the movies and the movie has been so oversold that people are sitting on the floor? I bet it hasn't happened since we started paying for our specific seats in the theater. But that's definitely a memory I have from my childhood. The movie is about Earth uniting to fight off an alien invasion on the 4th of July, and explosions, patriotism, and peak 90s action ensue. And a fun fact about this one is that the White House explosion was done with a detailed miniature and is one of the most iconic shots in disaster movie history. Definitely true. Whenever something gets blown up, a big landmark like the White House or the Statue of Liberty, whenever one of those gets blown up, it's a big deal because that fear is real. Number 2 is 1997's Men in Black, yet another quintessential summer blockbuster.
You have any idea how much that stings?
It's about a secret government agency that monitors extraterrestrial life on Earth, and 2 agents must save the world from an alien threat. It's a good time. It's a very fun movie, and it's where the whole concept of flashing a light in your face to erase your memory comes from. And a fun fact about this one is that Will Smith almost passed on the role, but his wife Jada convinced him to take it. He later said it was one of the best decisions of his career. Great that she convinced him to do that. I'm very happy because that movie would not have been the same without him. And number 1 is 2007's Disturbia.
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah. Shh. Oh, shit. No. Still shit.
A film about a teen under house arrest who starts spying on his neighbor and suspects that he might be a serial killer. And a fun fact about this one is that it was actually inspired by Hitchcock's Rear Window, and the thriller helped reinvent Shia LaBeouf as a leading man in darker, edgier roles just before he got canceled for a second time for doing something I don't remember what it was. But his transition from child star to this didn't last long, unfortunately. But this is a fun movie, especially given that the mom starts dating the neighbor. And so it becomes more important for Shia LaBeouf to uh, solve this mystery because his mom could be this guy's next victim. And that's my list of 18 summer movies for you to enjoy this summer. Let me know what you think about some of these movies. Have you seen them? What did you think? Do you have ideas for other lists that I should put together? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.